It's great to see you. And in fact, it's great to be here with everybody. I'm super hyped to be back again with all of you here on PMM on Cam. Good afternoon, and thank you yet again for joining us here, especially for this 2022 Pausad episode. This is our first episode, in fact, for 2022. And I thank you for being with us and for hanging on to your hats for this Anticipate This segment with me, your host, Cecille Ramos-Carlos, and our guest, the girl on fire, Coach Sherry Africa. So, this episode, we put the spotlight on dreams, particularly on how to manifest your dreams. And as I shared earlier, for this mind churning topic, we are joined by the girl on fire, Coach Cherry Africa. Coach Cherry is one of the world's leading thought experts in neuro linguistic programming, or NLP. She has been awarded Asia's most distinguished leader, global woman achiever, and is one of the most recognized top 100 most influential Filipinas in the world. She is a full time coach, trainer, motivational speaker, business consultant, author, and fire walking trainer. Na-excite ako doon. Cherry is one of the leaders in the human transformation industry in the Asia Pacific region, forging the co-creation of the new world force rising at the heat of the pandemic crisis. Fiery, welcome to you, Coach Cherry. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Awesome afternoon, Cecil, and to everyone listening.
Awesome.
Thank you for inviting me here.
Awesome afternoon back to you, Coach Cherry. Siyempre pa, bago ang lahat, no? Because you are a hot tamale guest, i-girl agad kita. Kung bakit ka umaalab. Mainit. Nainita na nga ako. Bakit ka umaalab? Why are you known as the girl on fire?
Cecil, that's a very interesting question. Thank you for that. And I hope I did not disappoint any of our listeners here expecting Katniss Everdeen. But isn't she such a model of, excellence? Girl on fire, because we'd like to bring in energy to our field, to our planet. And Katniss Everdeen actually exudes that model of excellence, right? For an ordinary girl to actually flex herself in this extraordinary field so that she is able to achieve, breakthrough things. And essentially, this is basically what my mission is, together with my team at World Stage International, to fire up this planet, our world, so that people will go to work not just with their bodies, but with their souls on fire. And when we are able to bring that kind of energy, we are able to bring faster and bigger results and more fulfilling and meaningful results too.
Thank you so much for that, Coach Cherry. No? So today in this segment, actually, I'm so glad to have you here. What we're going to talk about is manifesting your dreams, focusing on, so ang dami kasing dreams, Coach Cherry.
Mm-mm.
So we'll just focus on dreams that's connected to career success, no? How to make our careers better or how to find successes in our career. Ang dami kasing klaseng dreams, so focusing lang tayo dyan, no? So in this topic, I'd like to jump right away into asking you this question, no? Ano nga ba? What does it mean ba to have a dream, no, that is relevant to your career? What kind of a dream is that?
Dream is a future state. No, we are here right now in our present state. And so everything that is in the future, if you put in a lot of good thoughts, a lot of good feelings, you look and aspire to reach that. That's what dreams are. It's like our North Star, our vision.
Yes,
And
thank
we,
you. And
we are
then
excited.
yes, so some future state where you now have something to aspire for or to work
Mhm.
for, no? But is it therefore a crucial thing for us in finding our career successes? Pwede ba tayo maging successful nang wala tayong dreams? In your
Parang
opinion?
mahirap, no? Cecil, no? When you talk
Parang
about
mahirap.
success, you talk about a future state you talk about a vision. So if there is no dream, then what will validate everything that we are doing at the present state? If it is right or wrong, if we are in the right direction, if we don't even know what we are headed towards. So dreams or goals or aspirations, they are so precious to us because it guides us. It also excites us. Now, our goal right now as people managers, I guess, is to be able to catalyze the energy of the future and bring it to the present. Because people at present, and usually a lot of the things that we do, and we keep doing things over and over again, no, every day, it's really just grind for us. It hardly becomes transformational. It's usually transactional. It's the dream that transforms and shifts our state and makes us more excited, more inspired, so that we could keep doing even the most difficult, challenging things, no? And it actually means something to us. So that is the importance of a vision. And our role is to actually transform this vision into mission. And by mission, we say these are things that we do every day. It just gives a lot more meaning to the things that we do every day.
True. So do you see, is there a way for us, no? Hearing you say that, is there a way for us to craft our dreams effectively, no?
Mhm,
How do we craft effective dreams so that swak siya dun sa ating what we want to achieve or what we can achieve? Is there
mhm.
steps there in crafting effective dreams?
Yes, there is, Cecile. No, we have dreams. We have professional dreams. We have personal dreams. Let's talk about professional. No, let's say for example, we have dreams for our team or dreams for the kind of culture that we want to participate in. We have to first know what it is that we want in terms of tangible physical thing. It is so important that we're able to translate something that's abstract to something that's really more concrete, so that when we get there, we know we are there. There is evidence, no? So that's the first thing, to really know what it is and to be very specific, because our dreams, when we write it, let's say, for example, we set goals, that is actually the conscious mind telling us to write these goals. But to achieve these goals, it is our unconscious mind or our subconscious that's going to manifest a lot of this into reality. And hence, by writing it, we provide specific instructions to our consciousness, so that to our consciousness, so that we will know how to act, the energy that we will use to invest, no, in the journey. So knowing the what is important, knowing the why is also important. It provides purpose and meaning and vision. I guess also identifying the context of our dream. For example, when the dream must be achieved, with whom the dream must be achieved, where the dream must be achieved. We need to write it down. It has to be so specific, because there will be so many things, many interferences along the way. I call it the messy middle, that's going to stop us and say, no more, no more. So we've got to be led, and we've got to be led by this dream, by the specifics of this dream, so that we could get, we could push ourselves forward over and over again. The processes, it's important to write the processes, the steps, the action plans, and to also rehearse the difficult situations that may arise as a result of us pursuing our dream. Dito tayo madalas nagkakamali, Cecil, kasi we write step 1, step 2, step 3, but we don't write the potential obstacles that will stop us and that will make us give up. So when we write it down, we anticipate it. It's a lot easier to take because we are prepared. The body is prepared, the skills are ready, the spirit is ready, and we are ready to engage with whatever enemies that will come in front of us that will derail us from pursuing our dreams. Kasi mahaba ang journey eh. It's a journey. So we need to make sure we have the stamina and the grit to finish the journey. So goal seeking is as much important as goal setting.
Yes, yes. So basically, we start with a little bit of introspection, no?
Mhm.
To now see where do we anchor our dreams and what dreams do we want. So that's, I think, the first thing that you said. It's best to set the dream and then organize yourself so that
Mhm.
now you're able to see where this dream might potentially go, including all of the potential challenges. Tama ba, Coach Cherry?
Tama, no, Cecil. And I think when you mentioned something about organize ourselves, I want to say we need to organize our nervous system. Now, by nervous system, all parts of us. No, our head,
Oh,
our heart, and our guts. These are our three brains. They need to be all aligned towards, they need to conspire with each other towards fulfilling our dreams. Now, our head is responsible for analyzing, rationalizing our dreams. Our heart is for our values, for our compassion, for our relations with other people, and our gut is all about courage. And when we are able to organize these things, then we are able to actually thrive forward there. So important yan. And it's also important that as people managers, no, as human beings, our dreams, our goals must be self-initiated and self-maintained, which means that no matter, regardless of who gives up in the journey, it is still going to push through. Hindi pwede natin sabihin, for example, oh, my manager decided not to pursue this, so it didn't happen, because it is self-initiated. We are in control and in charge of the fulfillment of this dream. Hence, we will never be at victim mindset. We will always feel like we're in charge. So, importante yan. So, if somebody feeds the dream for us, somebody tells us what we need to do, and we are not personally invested into the process, all that's actually pushing us is that compliant DNA. Kailangan lang tayo mag-comply for self-preservation so that we get promoted, we
yeah.
don't get fired, etc. But it is short-lived, and it's so hard to actually sustain the energy in compliance. We need to make sure the spirit, the emotions, the soul, they are as engaged and committed to the process so that we could see this through till the very end.
Yes, I love that, no? Engaging the head, the heart, and the gut. Tama, that way you're truly, fully parang naka-attach sa'yo yung dream. So you have the going power to really um, create, no? Turn it into a reality for yourself. Parang meron ka talagang um, going power. You will persist, no? Kasi ang hirap nga niyan eh. A lot of people do have dreams. However, after a while, they lose the gumption to make the dreams come
Yes.
true. So
When we
I
talk
love
about
that.
dreams, if I
Yeah.
just may add, Cecile, di ba? When we talk about dreams, we see that when we're sleeping, right? I mean, those are what I dreamt last night, for example. We say it like
Mm.
that. But the truth is, dreams must be those things that prevent us from sleeping. No, I like to call it para silang bed bugs. It's stinging us. We can't sleep because it is just, we are just so fired up, so inspired that we can't wait for the next day for us to pursue these things. So we cannot just, we have to see it, we have to feel it, and we have to catalyze it. It's sort of like an anchor that tells us. That's why it's so important that these dreams are not just words that we write. This is what I want to achieve. This is the amount of, money that I want to save, the weight I wanted to be at by the end of the year. We need to be able to catalyze it in terms of images, in terms of soundtrack, in terms of feelings at the present. Otherwise, it's going to be hard because emotions are dirty. It goes through a dirty emotion, processing system, and a lot of it we are actually stopped by negative emotions, and so we tend to give up, right? So we need to manage our emotions as much as our thoughts.
Yes. So yeah, that's such a good quote, no? Dreams are what should keep us awake. So
Awake.
kabaliktaran ng when we dream, we're sleeping. This is awake dreams. Thank you
Mhm.
so much for that. One last na lang, Coach Cherry. Could you give me an anecdote or a short story to just tell us also in your experience, what have any time that you have had dreams, and through your grit, through your own push, you were able to achieve it.
I a few years ago, because I lived outside of the Philippines, no, I was in Singapore and Malaysia, and I have been dreaming to come back to the Philippines, no, my country, and try and help fire up the national consciousness of everybody, so that the Filipinos will start to elevate our thoughts and our emotions, so that we will feel we're in charge of our future. And one of the things that I aspired for is to actually be a global thought expert in NLP, and to also use the metaphor of the fire, so that we could bring the energy to teams and do a lot of fire team building, team awakening activities. One of the things that I aspired for in terms of the dream is to be a firewalk instructor. And so I studied it, I learned it, but the process to become that instructor was really just so hard. I almost gave up when I was in the States studying it, because I had to actually walk on fire for 2 hours straight on barefoot. And it was really punishing. It was punishing. And I did have enough preparation physically to go through that, even though the mental and the spirit were actually strong. The physical flesh was not strong enough. But I persisted because I anchored onto the vision and of that particular dream, seeing myself in the future state, going back to my country and helping build teams. So that vision, that energy made me go through it. And we continue to do it. 500,000 people in the Philippines, we have fired them up. And it was so difficult through the pandemic year, pandemic years, having to actually pivot from offline to online, losing a lot of our work with teams, losing the context for our work. But we were able to recover it. It's all because I'm reminded of how I was able to concretize the dream before. And so it can happen again. And, it just adds up to make us better people. Our journey as pilgrims of our own hero's journey enables us, to become better versions of ourselves, so that when we are presented with, similar situations, we're able to overcome faster.
Thank you so much for sharing with us your hero's journey. Medyo na ano ako dun yung walking on fire, no? So, the truth is that shows not only your emotional, mental preparation and grit for manifesting your dreams, but also your physical
Mhm.
physical grit, no? Na talagang because kasama na yung merong nararamdaman na physical, but you went on and um, created your reality. So I'm so thankful for having you here today. And to everyone else, just as a reminder, again, from this session, we learn to organize ourselves, organize our dreams so that we can achieve it, manifest it. And remember to put in your head, heart, gut, because dreams are what should keep us awake. Thank you so
Wonderful.
much,
Thanks,
Coach
Cecil.
Sherry. Thank you so much. It's been a fun, hot afternoon with you. Hot talaga.
Keep being
I
fired up
love,
and awake all the time.
yes. Again, I'd like to say you are awesome.
Thank
And with
you.
that,
Same to
I
you.
will take back to you, Jo.